Hello everyone and welcome back to Life Transformation UK, or if you are here for the first time, welcome to Life Transformation UK. My name is Ben and it is my mission with this channel to help you achieve your freedom through confidence. Now in today's video I want to be talking about 5 simple steps that you can start using today to start to increase the levels of self-care in your life. Now, you might be wondering exactly why self-care is important when it comes to confidence and more specifically to self-esteem. And to put it in the simplest way possible, one of the best ways to build up your self-esteem is to get into a regular self-care routine. This was something that I learned when I first started going to counselling, and I had to learn how to implement my own self-care routine into my life. It really helped me to move past my state of self-loathing at the time. And the main reason it really helped me to boost up my self-esteem is that the more I learned to care for myself, the more love I was able to bring into my life for myself, the easier it became to relate to me on an emotional level. And when you can relate to yourself on an emotional level, when you can take the time to appreciate yourself and handle what it is that you need in life, then you learn how to respect yourself, and that connection inevitably will raise your self-esteem. So in this video I'm going to be talking about 5 simple steps that you can take on a daily basis to start increasing your self-care and by extension boosting your self-esteem. Okay, so the very first step that you can take is really implementing a self-love exercise or some kind of self-love routine into your everyday existence. And this can be done in a lot of very simple ways. Self-love is actually a very simple thing to do. And one of the things that I have found to be most effective for me in the past is just making a list of 10 things that I love about myself on a daily basis. And it can be anything from loving the way that you smile to loving the way that you make your bed, loving how well you cook your food, things like that. It can be pretty much anything as long as you can find a place of appreciation and love for yourself or something that you do. Make sure that you write it down, really connect with that feeling of love, and that is going to really help you throughout your day. And there's a lot of other ways that you can go about practicing daily self-love. I recently wrote a blog post about it, so I'll make sure to leave that in the description below. If you want to know some extra ways that you can start to create more self-love in your life, make sure to check out that blog post. But let's go into step number 2. Step 2 is all about treating your body right. And when it comes to treating your body right, there are 3 things that you need to remember most of all, and that is what food you put into your body, what exercise you're doing, and getting enough rest. Now, I am certainly not going to go ahead and advocate for you changing up your entire diet and just switching to just salads and nut bars and things like that, because I don't know your situation and you could already have a very healthy diet, in which case you're already doing what you can for self-care in that area. But making sure that you are eating the right foods, making sure that you are making healthy choices, that is another great way to take care of your body. And if you take care of your body will take care of you. The same thing goes with doing exercise. I'm certainly not advocating you changing your entire life and trying to become a professional bodybuilder or anything like that. But doing some kind of physical exercise every day or every other day is really good for your body. And it can be anything. It can be going for a long walk. It can be going for a hike in the hills or something like that. It can be doing yoga, going to a Zumba class. It can be going to spin class. It can be whatever it is that you want. The key thing here is that you should enjoy it, because if you don't find your exercise fun, then you're not going to do it. And it's just not going to be enjoyable for you. So kind of shop around with it a little bit if you haven't found something that really works for you. For me, weightlifting works because I really enjoy doing it. But on the other hand, going for runs doesn't really interest me because it's kind of boring and I don't have a lot of fun doing it. Now, granted, I do it anyway because I am training to do some races later on in the year, but it wouldn't be my first choice of exercise. If you can take up any kind of sport, that'll be amazing for your health as well, because you can use that as a form of exercise that you can do on a regular basis. That is going to be fun for you. For me, that is badminton. I started playing badminton about 5 years ago, and current lockdown aside, I haven't often missed a week of playing badminton for the last 5 years. So if you can find something like that that you enjoy and you can do that on a regular basis, that is an excellent way to exercise and take care of your body. And then the final part of this is, of course, sleep, making sure that you are having a regular sleep pattern. I'm not going to give you the cliched advice of making sure that you get 8 hours of sleep. Mainly because everyone's needs are a little bit different. I function perfectly well on 6 hours of sleep every single night, and it's probably going to be very, very different for you. So find out what sleeping pattern works for you, getting to bed at a consistent time, waking up at a consistent time, and making sure that you get the right amount of rest that your body needs. Your body will tell you what it needs. So if you're waking up in the morning and you're still tired, maybe try to go to bed a little bit earlier the next night to see if that helps it. Or it might be the case that waking up earlier is better for you. It really depends on what it is that your body needs. So make sure that you are listening to your body and that you do find out what works best for you in this situation. Okay, step number 3 is finding a way to process your emotions in a healthy way. And this was something that I really struggled with at the beginning of my self-improvement journey, because I had a lot of emotional issues, from anger to self-loathing and onwards and onwards, and it got to a pretty bad place for me. So I had to learn how to process my emotions better if I was going to take care of myself in a more healthy way. So when it comes to processing your emotions in a healthy way, everyone is going to be a little bit different, and you are going to have to do some work into finding out what is going to work best for you. For some people, it might be meditating just 10 minutes a day in the morning or in the evening, or maybe in the morning and in the evening. That can work for a lot of people. For others, it can be journaling, and journaling really worked for me at the beginning as a way for me to process my emotions, get them out of my head, get them on paper where I could properly address them. It might be engaging in some kind of spiritual practice, going to church, going to a mosque, going to a spiritual retreat or something like that. But finding out a way for you to process your emotions is going to be absolutely key to developing self-care in your life. So shop around with it a little bit, find out what works best for you, and then go all in on it. Because there really is no downside to learning how to healthily process your emotions. So I highly recommend that you do some work into this, and I promise that you will not look back, because I never have looked back from learning how to process my emotions in a healthy way. Okay, step number 4 for creating more self-care in your life is to create a support network. And for me, again, this was something that was massively influential in my life, finding friends that I could really connect with, opening up to my family and other people in my life, and creating a very supportive network of people that, if I was going through something in my life, I could take it to them and they would be able to help me in some way. Now, this isn't to say that you need to create a network of people that you depend on for the processing of your emotions, because you do need to take that responsibility for yourself. The only way to really move forward with self-improvement is through self-empowerment and taking responsibility for your emotions. But having a support network is massively helpful for when it comes to processing things that are happening in your life. You certainly shouldn't become dependent on your support network, but it is good to have one there. So I've created an entire video on how to create an effective support network, so I'll leave that in the description below. I'll also have that pop up in the banner above my head now, so make sure that you check out that video to learn how to create a support network, because I don't want this video to run on too long with me going through the entire process of that. So I highly recommend that you check out that video as well. And then the final piece of the puzzle, the final step, is setting goals and going after them, because there is no better way to improve your life and to improve all aspects of your life actually than setting a goal and going after it. And this can be a goal about anything. These can be finance goals, they can be health goals, they can be relationships goals, they can be career goals. You can set goals for every single area of your life. And if you work towards consistently achieving them, then that is going to be improving your life. And that's what self-care is all about. It's all about improving the life that you have. Now, when it comes to actually achieving goals, I always recommend setting the biggest goals possible, big, scary goals, and then breaking them down into very, very small steps. Steps that you can work on a daily basis. Things that are pretty straightforward for you to do that you can check off, and every single time you check off one of these smaller goals, not only are you maintaining momentum towards achieving your bigger goal, but you're also giving yourself a sense of daily achievement. And that is how you ultimately go about achieving your big goals, is that you break them down into tiny, tiny steps and go after them every single day. And if you just work on consistent action, you're going to quickly build momentum towards your goals. And the more consistent action you take, the more momentum you build, the faster it is that you will be able to achieve your big goals. And achieving your big goals, again, will massively improve your life. And as I said, that is what self-care and widely self-improvement is all about. So I hope you have found this video useful. By using these 5 steps, this is going to enable you to create a greater sense of self-care in your life. So I highly recommend that you do look into this and start to implement this in your life, because it did change my life, and I know that it can definitely change yours as well. If you found this video useful, then make sure that you do leave a like on the video, because it really helps with the YouTube algorithm, with the video reach, and also to let me know whether or not I'm doing a good job with creating this kind of content, and if you want to see more content like this in the future. If you are new to the channel and you haven't subscribed already, then make sure you do that down below with the notifications on, so that you can be notified whenever I release new videos. I post 3 videos a week. Monday is self-esteem, Wednesday is self-confidence, and then Friday is more general self-improvement. So if you're interested in any of those types of topics, then make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. If you have any video requests, any questions you want to ask, then you can make sure to leave them in the comments below. But otherwise, thank you very much for watching this video all the way to the end. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you in future videos very soon.